there, and welcome to a brand new Dave Does. Today we are reacting to the band The Halo Effect, and we are checking out the song Shadowminds. I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. As always, there is no pause. I'm not talking during the actual video. That way you get to enjoy the song, I get to enjoy the song. I'll break down the video at the end, break down the lyrics at the end. Yeah, let's pretty much get into this, I believe. That's about it. We have two channels. We have the Musician React channel and the Dave Does channel. Reactions are on both. That way you get dual reactions each day. Plus you get original content on the Dave Does channel as well. Patreon is available if you want to join the Patreon. Always greatly appreciated. Okay, yeah, right, good. Got it up. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, there we go, the Halo Effect and Shadowminds. So, It's a melodic death metal track. I really enjoyed it. It's very catchy. It's got some great groove to it, got a great beat to it, nice melody, nice dual guitar parts. Video doesn't tell me a huge amount. It reminds me of kind of some early In Flames, some of those videos from like the early 2000s. It's got an element of that to it. And if I didn't know it was Halo Effect, I would have kind of gone, oh, it kind of reminds me pretty much of In Flames. Which doesn't surprise considering the bunch of musicians that have been brought together are ex In Flames people. So yes, having looked at the people involved, and I did have a list of it up on the screen a minute ago, of who they are and the breakdown. But basically, yes, they're all the Gothenburg melodic death metal people got together into a new group. So it's no surprise when we're getting that sound. I think there were a lot of people that were expecting the Halo Effect to come out and do basically just do early 2000s In Flame style melodic death metal, which I didn't think they would because that was of that scene. I don't think people are going to go right back to that. I think there's going to be elements of that they'll bring in, but there is a certain style that I think the fact that this is the single that's come out is obviously it's probably one of the more accessible songs. So it's I think there's a lot of people that have listened to this that are really wanting it to be more extreme because of it being their old groups. But you got to remember these guys have been doing this for like 20 years, so they've even though they're from that era, they have been developing for 20 years. They're not going to go backwards on themselves and do something that they did 20 years ago. Bands generally don't do that. They might always hint at elements of that. I mean, Metallica talked about that when they did Death Magnetic and Hardwired to Self-Destruct. They talked about going back to their classic thrash roots, but Hardwired, Self-Destruct and Death Magnetic don't sound anything like Kill 'Em All or Ride the Lightning. And you will never be able to go back and write them. They're a statement of time, and I think that's where we're at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what they do going forward. I would like to see the Halo Effect incorporate some other genres. Yeah, folk music. Now, but I'd like to see where else they can go with it. Because what the worst thing that could happen for them is that they come out and then they just sound like the bands that are already doing it, like the In Flames that are still doing, and they just sound like another copy of In Flames, and that's what they're going to get pigeonholed of. They need their element to completely separate themselves, because I think that's what everyone's wanting. They're wanting that old In Flames sound, but I don't think they'll go down that route. But I think they do need to do something that separates them out from the current kind of sound of In Flames, and the rest, Dark Tranquility, etc. So yeah, I'll be intrigued to see where they go with this. But it was a good song. I really liked the song. It was catchy. It was hooky. Let's have a look at the lyrics because the song didn't actually tell me much about, or the video didn't tell me much about the lyrics. It felt like it was all kind of, it felt a little bit post-apocalyptic at some point. So, one side of the watershed moment left the fair and true objective far behind, for fear of facing what rationale resigns to. I remember looking at Dark Tranquility and In Flames lyrics and having to sit there and you needed like a thesis just to try and dissect them. The thought of you alone with demons on your mind. Ravaging the nerves. It's almost poetry with these guys. Ravaging the nerves, overtaking consciousness was what was said and what was done now haunt the witching hour. I have no idea. It's gonna take me time to break this down, and more time than I would need in this video. So I'm gonna let you guys. I mean, Shadowminds kind of tell me about the darkness in your mind. That's what I'm gonna take it for, and when the darkness in the back of your mind takes over, that's what this song's about. That's my guess. Let me know what you think though in the comments down below. I would greatly appreciate that. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, subscribe, and remember that, of course, is how Dave does it.